We are here eventually. We are here now. Hi.
Remix.
Welcome, everybody. As people are coming in, welcome to the show. We are live on YouTube and we are live on Instagram. We are back. We missed last week because I was away on vacay, but we are back and we're continuing. Let's talk about sex, but we're doing a little bit of a different spin to it. I am going to be listening tonight. I am going to be listening. I need this. Maybe this show's a little bit for me. So I need some advice because at this point, I don't feel like I know nothing but nothing. So I am here to absorb all of the info I am going to learn tonight. But before we get into all the craziness again, talking about sex, is it a relationship starter? What makes the men stay? Can starting out in a sexual relationship lead to long-term relationship? There are so many questions I'm about to ask tonight, and I got my notes here because my notebook ain't here, but we'll figure it out. Anyhow, before we get into all of that, uh, twins, how has your week been?
Week's been good. Working. Let's see. Just the reason why the show a little late today because my son has soccer practice tonight. So I'm still a dad. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do my dad things. You know what I'm saying? Even when it's not my week or a weekend, I do what I do when it comes to my babies. And my son has soccer practice tonight, so that's why it's a 9:30 start versus a 9 o'clock start. But besides that, just working, living the dream, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. First off, I'm not ready for any questions that she has tonight. Once again, I ain't get no prep to nothing, so everything you get tonight is gonna be on top of the dome. But outside of that, everything is great. How about you? And how was vacation? I mean, we seen the videos and we seen the pictures. The weather was phenomenal. I'm sure it was. So, how was it?
Beautiful.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. Listen, Mexico is great. Tulum specifically is amazing. Don't listen to the hype and the propaganda. It is safe. They are not kidnapping tourists off the street. Um, so just to be clear, this is my second year in Tulum specifically, and I go with my daughter. I think everybody knows that I have a mother-daughter trip that I do with my daughter every year. So we chose Tulum again this year. And listen, we walk the streets at night when it's dark. We take the local transport called the Colectivo. When you saw those pictures, me at the cenote, we had actually taken the local transport, and it's basically what takes people basically in and out of Playa del Carmen back into Tulum. That's kind of the loop that it makes. So we took the Colectivo there and back. The people are sweet, they're amazing. The weather was fantastic. I am back in Toronto. I'm trying to keep the tropical vibe, but it is cold. It is cold. It is windy. It is rainy. I almost burst into tears. I had to meet someone for happy hour. I almost canceled on her like last minute because I just was like miserable. Take me back, please. But
Mm,
go to Mexico, go to Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Mexico City, all those places. Again, don't believe the hype. Again, they're not just randomly picking off tourists off the street and unaliving them because I guess that's what we have to use on YouTube, unaliving.
right.
But yeah,
Okay.
loved
And,
it, loved
well,
it. I'm ready to go back.
and the weather here is has been in the 80s. I got shorts on right now,
Oh,
little t-shirt. You can see I came straight from outside, no jacket, no nothing, and it's nice here.
I love that. I am just convinced, like I don't know what Toronto has done, but at this point, Mother Nature is in perimenopause like I am, and she's had enough. She's had enough of the shit. So she is just like it is when I say it is windy, it is rainy. I had this piece of crappy umbrella I bought from Michaels. Don't if you have a Michaels, I think you guys have a Michaels in the States, don't buy your umbrellas from Michaels. They're expensive, but they're cheap and crappy. It was moving all around. It was just a mess. Anyways, we are here.
And
We are
yes,
here and blessed.
we do.
Yeah, don't buy an umbrella from Michaels. One of my colleagues was like, "Oh, I have a discount. You should just buy your umbrella from Michaels." I just generally buy it from Marshalls. Marshalls is my place. I go to Marshalls, Marshalls, Winners, Home Sense, all of them. I love them all. So I said, oh no, I'll use your discount. Like, what kind of that bad? Well, I used it today and it was that bad. It is like my second or third time using the umbrella and I'm tossing it in the garbage.
Mm.
Like just wasted my hard earned money. I don't have OnlyFans. Okay? I just can't be wasting my money, but I digress. We move on. OnlyFans. Speaking of OnlyFans, maybe it is a good segue. Again, we are talking about S.E.X. So the last show we did, again, we missed last week because I was in Tulum, and honestly, the Wi-Fi was not great. So I would not suggest a working vacation
Mm.
in Tulum unless you book an Airbnb where they're going to have a lot stronger Wi-Fi. Even though I was still working. And at one point, I yelled at one of my colleagues because I was just like, "Why are they fucking asking you to call me? Like I'm on. I've had enough of you fucking people." But I digress. I'm back. I'm here, and I actually go back into the office until Monday.
Mm.
Happy Easter! You guys celebrate Easter, right? You guys celebrate Easter and Good Friday and all that
I mean, Easter is happening, right?
stuff. It
Yeah.
is.
Now, as far as celebrating it, that's a whole nother conversation, another rabbit hole. Mm.
Okay, okay. So, but you guys, but as a whole, America
Yes,
celebrates
we
Easter.
recognize
Okay.
that Easter is coming up. Yes, we do
It is
recognize.
it is Good Friday tomorrow, and all right, because I totally forgot, and I was thinking, why do I have these? And I realized it's because the grocery stores were closed. It's just it again. It's been a day for me, but I'm here. I'm alive. I am so blessed. Hallelujah. And let me tell you something. I just want to take a moment and shout out to all of the good fathers out there, including the man that I am so blessed to call my co-host. Like, shout out to the good black dads out there. I know you guys do not get enough credit. I had an amazing black father, and I have a father for my child who I think is amazing to her. And I just want to shout out every black father who is there for their child or children, showing up even when you don't get the credit, showing up even when things are hard out there, just showing up overall. So salute to all of you fathers out there. We see you and we appreciate you. Because it was funny, I was having a conversation with my daughter. For those of you who are new here, I have a 24-year-old daughter. And we were just having a conversation, and it was just essentially about the difference between when a man chooses to be a father and when he's forced to be one and how it shows up differently.
Oh, that's a good one right there. That might be a topic.
It definitely is a topic because we were out and she was watching, she was just like observing some of the couples that were on vacation with their kids and just how she could see, if a mother was stressed, how the father just kind of stepped in and like it was just this teamwork. So what she was like witnessing was the teamwork of their marriage and their relationship. And I said to her, sweetie, well, that's the difference between when a man chooses to be a father and when he's forced to be a father. Because
Mm.
even in a marriage, a man can be forced to be a father,
Yep.
right? Because if,
That's,
if you're not, if you have an unplanned, and I always put that in brackets because if you're having unprotected sex, because we're going to get into the sex topic, it's planned, like you plan on having a baby. But if you're in a situation where you're like, I'm not ready for a child, and your wife was like, well, I'm ready for a child, what you gonna do? Tell your wife that you can't have a child? But there is a huge difference between a man who really wants to have a baby and a man who's forced into fatherhood when he's not ready. Because even though they say you're never ready to be a parent, there's wanting to be a parent and being willing to figure it out and being like, or the opposite, like, damn, I don't want to do this at all. Like I'm just not ready for this role. So it was interesting that my daughter was seeing it and observing it, and I wanted her, and I'm glad she saw it because I said that is the difference, and you never want to be the woman who has a baby for a man that does not want that baby.
that's a fact.
So again, shout out to the fathers. I see you. I salute you. you are here. But let's get into it because we were just talking about babies and babies come from sex and all of the good things. So, sex, is it a relationship starter? And I'm just going to go a little bit more into that. There are so much conflicting messages, especially to women in terms of sex in a dating situation or in relationships or in marriage. But we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to go before any of the titles. You're just getting to know someone, you're attracted to someone, your pheromones are going. Can sex ever be the basis of how a relationship starts? That is my first question.
And the answer is going to be no,
Oh,
even though it does happen. So the answer is no, but does it happen? Yes. That's where the sprung term comes from. You know what I'm saying? You get that good WAP or you get that good D and you just don't know how to act and you let a lot of things pass because at the end of the day, when you have sex, everything's so great. But it should not be the basis of a relationship.
and so why do you say no, even though, like you said, it happens? Why would you say no?
Because outside of the sex, if that's the only thing your relationship is based on, then what happens when it stops? Her conversation we had last 2 weeks ago about sex is that in marriages, it's a sad truth, but the number of and of course you have married goes down while you're married. Now while you're dating and you're courting each other, it's through the roof. But once that ring is on and life happens, that number does go down significantly. So if the basis of a relationship is sex and then you get married and then it's go down, what do you think is going to happen as time goes on? It's going to be you change, so you change, well, you don't do this no more. It, and once that happens, then the relationship is going to be explode because your foundation is only sexual. And then let's forget ED and menopause or anything else, anything in between that can happen, surgeries, life can happen where you just can't do certain things no more. What is the foundation of the relationship? And if it's just sex and he can get it or she can get it, that's where these side chicks or side dudes come in at because he's not getting what he need or she's not getting what she needs. So no, sex should not be the end all or the base of your relationship.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. Can sex be introduced too soon?
Yes, it can be. It can be. Let's be clear. As a man, we want it day one. This is that simple. I mean, it is what it is, right? That's why we take you out. We do this. We want to dine you, spend all this money just to get that cookie, right? Um, so the man, we're always ready, right? But if you're someone who's being intentional, you gonna show a little restraint, like, babe, if the mood is right, I still want to get to know you. Now, mind you, I'm getting Chico here. We want it, but we trying to play cool. We trying to play a little mind game with you. Like, no, we don't want it. Meanwhile, we want it. Yes, we do. But you know what, babe? You know what I'm saying? I think I'm trying to get to know you. And you appreciate that more because okay, so he's want to take his time. No, we want it. Trust me. He wants it. But he wanted to play cool. He wanted to charm you. He wanted to make sure that he's not like the rest of the guys out there who want to hit the first date, which we all do. That's the sad truth. Now, when I'm not saying they don't have much to offer, but a lot of them believe that it's funny. All women believe they have the wettest, the tightest, the bestest. It's the same. That earlier this week you sent me that little story about, or when a man have so many partners, he
Hmm.
is. So what I'm saying is that we hear the same story over and over and over again. You all believe you got the wettest, you got the tightest, you got all three holes. We know this. Okay, cool. But so does everyone else. So what I'm saying that the ladies who throw it at the man to try to lock him in, that's bad for you.
Mm,
That's bad
talk
for
about it. Talk
you.
about it, please. Let's hear it.
I mean, because one, if I get it too soon or too easy without doing a little bit of effort, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. If it's this easy, then everyone done had it. Now I understand that the situation could change. Like, you know what? Maybe with me, I might get it quicker because we vibe very well, right? We hit it off. It doesn't matter. We don't think that too deep into it. If I know I can take you out to movies and dinner, and then also I get it. Okay, this is easy. So what am I trying to fight for at this point? Because honestly, depending on how the relationship is, if the if if I get the sex too soon and there's nothing else I want from you or I can get from you or stimulate my mind, it stops right there. The sex should be like the icing on the top. It should be the cherry on top to solidify the whole deal, the whole package. Like, oh, okay. She does this, this, and this. And when I finally got it, OMG, she is the bomb.com. Okay, here's the ring. But when I get it first and there's no other substance behind you, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not a supporter, you're not educated, or you don't have no business, no dreams. Like, it just, okay, you're just a hit. Now you made it on the roster. I'm gonna still keep flowing with you because if it's good, oh, I'm definitely putting on the roster. I'm definitely keeping you on the team. And I'm gonna do just enough to string you along until either you get tired of me or the right one comes by. That's how the game goes.
I got some advice years ago, which I thought was great advice, and it was like find out everything you need and want to know about a person before you give it up, right? And it was like what the person was saying is there isn't essentially a time limit, but there is this person actually interested in me? Like, where are we gonna go? Is this something that has potential? Is it, like really find out those key details, especially if you're being intentional about dating. But sometimes you don't know. You don't know. And listen, I've said this on the show before, and every time I say it, like I feel like women are always like, but we don't have sex with men we don't want to keep us, right? Like most of us aren't just going there. I know what the internet wants to convey, right? Like whole culture is not it. That's what might be showing up, but it's actually whole culture is not it. Not with the rate of STDs the way it is in some of these United States of America that I've been seeing in different parts of different other continents. I just don't think whole culture is it. However, I will say that we often feel like the sex is the cherry on top of the sundae, but at the same time, we haven't put all of the right ingredients into the sundae to put the cherry on top,
That's
right?
okay.
Like we've gotten just enough,
I
but
mean,
we
it's,
didn't get everything.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the physical attraction is the number one thing that's going to talk. Is going to get me to talk to you or you talk to me, right? So if the physical attraction is there, meaning you got a big ass, you're pretty, nice lips, whatever it is, whatever the man likes of the woman, and you have that, the physical attraction there is there, number one. But it's just like you said. Okay, so we know the cherry goes on top. So let's talk about the base, right? You got to have a cup, right, to put the ice cream in, or a bowl, right?
Hmm.
So tell me more about the bowl. Like, let me, you know what I mean? The bowl and then the ice can go on top. Like, so what I'm trying to say, I need to get to know more about you to before I get it. If I get it too soon, and it's hard to say because there's never a timetable of when to get it, not to give it. So I wouldn't say it's not about the
And
time.
that's the tricky part. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm telling you, as a
Good.
woman, that is the frustrating part. As a woman, is not knowing because there is no hard and fast rule. Like you could implement a 90-day rule. You could implement until you get the title rule. You could implement like there's the first I love you rule. Like there's all of these
Okay.
I'm going to call them arbitrary rules that we try to come up to safeguard our bodies and our hearts. Because for women, our vaginas are connected to our hearts. Let's just call it what it is,
That is a
right? We have sex with you, we start catching, even if it's not full love, we catch feelings and emotions start changing. So we try to put these safeguards around us to protect us from the potential heartbreak, but none of these arbitrary rules actually are going to protect you from shit if a man's not intentional.
Let me say this, and this is a message to the ladies. Most men, maybe not all men, but a high percentage of most men have been friend zoned. So, with that being said, we're okay with playing your little game. The 90-day rule, whatever. If it takes a year or whatever it may
Not a
be,
little
we
game.
we have no
Not a little
problem
game.
playing our part until we get our opportunity. Now, depending on when we do get it, depends if there's anything that could if we move past it. Meaning that okay, I got what I want, I'm out. Depends. Because I mean, if I've been chasing you down, right, and I'm physically, I like you a lot. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I'm telling you this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting back and hear about Tyrone, Jerome,
Not
you
Tyrone and Jerome.
all of them, all the guy he
All the
killed,
Rome.
and how they doing this and XYZ, XYZ. So I'm saying like, dang, she really keep passing over me for these dudes who ain't ish, right? So then once I eventually you see me and now you want to give me opportunity, guess what? I'm gonna get what I wanted. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Fine, I got it. And guess what? I'm done. And now you
Well,
really
that's a dangerous. Sorry, that's a dangerous spot to be in, though. I don't know why any woman would do that. It doesn't make sense.
but
This man that you friend zone has heard about the Jerome's, Tyrone's, Peters, Brandon's, whomever you want to date in between, and what's going on with them, and he's watched you go through it, and he's been your confidant, and all of that stuff. And if this man has already alluded to the fact that he has feelings for you. Like, I don't do that friend zone shit, right? Like, I tell people straight up, like, I like you and I want to be with you, or you're just not my type. So like, it's never going to be. Like, I'm very clear cut. I have a specific type. You either fit that type or you don't. And if you don't, there's no interest. I don't care how much money you got. I don't give two shits about any of that. You either fit my type or you don't. So I think it's a dangerous game to play, ladies. What Twins is just saying, of friend zoning a man and then thinking that after you've been ran through by the other man, who again, vagina connected to heart, and then this man comes along because he's a warm shoulder, but he's still a hard dick.
so with that still being said, to even add to that, so if a guy's interested into you, but you friend zone him, cool. You don't see the fun. See, here's the one thing y'all ladies don't do. The guy that does like you and you friend zone him, you still keep him in your inner circle. He goes from friend zone to be, oh, he's just a cool friend. He hangs out with me, XYZ. Once again, we will play our part until we get the opportunity. Until that one night where you drink a little too much and you see me or we have a moment. I'm not saying forcible. I'm talking about, hey, you know what? I'm feeling good. You feeling good, and then this happened. And then I'm saying, I'm gone. But once again, this is why I say men and women can't be friends.
Not if there is an attraction on either one of the sides. I
Listen, this
think there's
is
platonic friendship. I definitely think that's possible. But if a man is attracted to me in that way, and because there are men who see me that think I'm cool, but are not attracted to me. Doesn't matter if I'm attractive. There's a difference. You can be an attractive
they can
woman
say
and a
that
man
all they
not be
want.
attracted to you.
They can say that all they want. Oh yeah, yeah, you cool. I'm not touching like that. Trust me. As long his junk work, if he's in a drought or something, and you happen to be there, and the opportunity presents itself, it can happen. Trust
Not
me.
a drought. I'm done with the.
Listen,
I just got that
listen,
one.
listen.
It was a delay.
Speaking from experience as the guy who been friend zoned or been the friend. That's why I don't really have girls that are friends. I really don't, because if the opportunity, because I have beautiful, cute friends, so they're attractive. I'm like, damn, you fine, but we cool. We might do run events. We might do this event, but
Yeah.
hey, do I need to crash at your house? No, you might want to go home.
Ah, at least you're honest with them.
Hey,
At
no,
least it is that it's upfront. I respect it.
Uber you home. You know what I'm saying? Lift you home or take you home, wherever. And then tomorrow I can pick you up, get your car. But no, I just don't. I'm not. No, I can't be. If I'm attracted to you, mm-mm.
I get it. No, I would agree. If a man has already conveyed that he's attracted to me, like there's none of that. And again, I don't believe in friend zoning. Like I'm very very clear cut about what I want. But let's forget the guys who are sticking around. When you are intentionally dating, so I'm intentionally dating, even though I deleted all of my dating apps this week and I am going into seclusion. But I digress. That's another story for another day, which I'll tell later on in the show, actually. However, but I am intentional about meeting someone. I am intentional about remarrying. I'm intentional of hashtag Black love. And so I guess for women like me who are intentional, and who meets the criteria that men would say that they want in a woman, whatever those criteria are. But I think you already said physical attractiveness is one of them. Nice face, nice body, intelligent, well spoken, ability to communicate, whatever that man might want. Um, and when we're intentional about dating, is there a way to tell the difference between a man who's just saying what he needs to say to get the draws, or a man who's also being intentional because they can sound the same to us, especially when we are highly attracted to that man and we could see that man in our life.
So it's two things, right? He got to say it and he got to show it. We as men, we can always talk a good game. We know what to say to y'all to get what we want from y'all. And I'm not saying you're for the weak-minded ladies, right? We can say everything that sounds good and you will fall for it, but the action has to match it. That's the only way. If he says I'm going to be intentional with you, okay, he said that. Now what is
Mm-hmm.
now what is the actions to follow that shows that to you? Is he entertaining females on social media? Is he liking other girls' posts? You know what I'm saying? Is he constant on everything when it comes to you? Like he's consistent. Good morning. He take pictures every morning. He texts you, FaceTime you, whatever it is on the break, XYZ, whatever it is. Is he consistent with it? Is it matching? Because you can't one day he texts you and then you don't hear from him for 24 hours. Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
tired.
I hate that.
I'm just saying, like, those
I
are the
hate
things
that.
that you pay
That's
attention to.
fucked up.
But
Yeah.
but here's the thing though. The women, you have to be disciplined. Because like you said,
I agree.
because
I agree. It is us.
this, I'm gonna say this at the end of the day,
Agree.
and I'm pretty sure you agree to it. For the guys that you want, you do anything for.
We do.
I ain't gotta go on from there. That's a proven fact. So the one guy
Yeah.
who gotta take you out and do this and XYZ, he's okay. He ain't always there, but he gotta go through his suit before he get whatever it may be. But the guy that you want, oh, he can hit the first night. He can do XYZ. He gotta do less effort versus the guy who's doing the effort to try to get you. So that's where it comes in at. And we men,
Well, that's where a woman's discipline comes up because I will say for me that part is if you're not putting in effort, I can't even get wet. To be honest. Like because what am I getting out of it? Just a hard dick? Like it I might like you, but like for me, I know what are the things that get me. I know the things that are super important to me. And I actually had a situation recently when I was dating someone and I was starting to recognize that I wasn't my love languages weren't being fed. And my love languages are words of affirmation and quality time, particularly actually words of affirmation. I agree with you. Words and actions should align, but I am a words of affirmation person. And there got to a point where I recognized something and I actually said to him, I get whatever you give me, I deserve. Like what if I continue to date you, whatever you give me and I get out of this, I deserve. Because I'm watching me not getting the thing that's most important to me. And if I continue to date you, then I deserve exactly what you give me because you're showing me. And so I'm no longer dating him because I was just like, I would be an idiot to stay in a situation where my needs are not being met or I'm not. This is why I talk about like understanding your love imprint, understanding the things that are important to you, understand the things that for over a lifetime is going to make you tick, right? A man can give me one gift a day for 365 days and it will not matter to me as much as that man telling me I'm beautiful and how much he cares about me every day.
So let me ask you this: for that relationship or that situation you was just talking about, how long did it take for you to recognize that his actions and words didn't line up with you? How long did it take? Estimate.
For 3 to 4 weeks. I'm very quick. And I will give it. He was honest in terms of some of the things he told me in terms of like emotionality and his childhood and where I don't want to say lacked because lacked is not the word, where he might falter. And for me, I wanted to express to him what was really important to me, right? Like, these are the things that are really important to me. I'm very affectionate. I'm all of these different things. And again, because I date long distance, it isn't one of those things where I'm seeing someone all the time. We're talking on the phone, but like we might spend, 3 or 4 days a month together. And that's where you get to see the pieces that are important for me. But I think, I remember I told you when I said to that person that I missed them, and then they heart emojied me, and I was like, okay, granted. I said it a second time, and they heart emojied me again, and then I said, please do not do that. I actually find it quite condescending, and I'd rather you just ignore it. And I actually then said, this is actually getting embarrassing for me. Like, I'm now embarrassed by me because I've said this the second time, and your reaction has been the same. So now this is like twice. And then this week, while I was away, they reached out to me and they were like, "Are you coming home tomorrow?" Which was Wednesday, and I was like, "I am." Dot dot dot. Miss me? Question mark. And I either put like a laughing face emoji or smiley face emoji, and he said something like, "Have fun today." Blah 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 blah. Right? Like, again, completely ignoring what I said, and then my response to that was, "I deserve whatever I get if I continue to date you," because now this was the third time. And so about 10 minutes later, I collected myself and left a voice note and just said, been lovely getting to know you, but it is clear like we're just in two, like two different places, essentially. And, it shouldn't be so hard for someone you're investing time, energy, and all of that into to be able to express that. And because it is, it's clear that I am not for you. It's not even that you are not for me, because if I was for you, despite everything that has happened, because you've been a husband, so there's like, you don't have marriages that last over a decade if you are emotionless. So, and you're a father. So you are capable of emotions. You are just choosing not to show them to me, which, despite what you're saying or what you're showing when I'm with you, it's just I'm not for you. So I would be an idiot to continue to stay knowing that my needs are going to be fulfilled and not fulfilled. And then I fast forward to what my life could be like with this person, and it wasn't for me. And so I removed myself from the situation, despite the fact that they felt that my perception of how they felt was incorrect. There is no way they were incorrect.
Okay. So, only thing I would say with that was, I mean, good that you recognize it within about 3 to 4 weeks. That's good. Um,
It
so
sucked.
I mean, but
Exclamation. I'm proud of myself. Granted, sorry to cut you. I'm super proud of myself because for me, like I said, often it's so quick to blame the other person, but the reality is I know how I want to be loved. So protector, provider, he's all of those things. He's a lot of the things on my list. But if I'm already still seeing that you are incapable of loving me the way I need and want to be loved, then I got to be out. Doesn't matter if you meet all those things. That basic thing for me, that thing I need for a lifetime, isn't here now, and I'm pretty fucking stupid if I sit waiting another 3 months, 6 months, nine. Because if I love him enough, if I show him enough, if I give him all the sex and all the three holes and spin on my head, because we think that too, right? Like if I love him up enough, if I give him enough, because as women, even though we say we're not competing, of course we're competing. We're competing with, and especially for me, because I'm long distance. So I don't ask you when we're dating what else you're doing and who else you're going with. But I clearly know if I like you, other women like you too. So I know that there's a bit of competition, and I refuse to play that game and be like, if I just show him more, if I, give like when we're there, the sex is amazing or whatever, and do all that stuff. He'll choose too. No, I had to choose myself, but it sucks.
so like the feedback I would say to that person is that relationship is a compromise. Yeah, do have to compromise. Like you just said, he's provider, protector, XYZ. So he's hitting all these other things, which is a good thing, which is great for most men. But what you convey to him, what you need in a relationship, if and that's something you ladies need to pay attention to. If you tell your significant other that you need this X and Y and Z, you know, even though that person may not be comfortable doing it, but if they don't attempt or try to do that, they don't like you enough.
They
Because
don't,
a man will run through walls for a woman that he wants. And
and he
and
didn't want me enough. And let me tell you something. That is a shock to an ego of a pretty woman. Like my DMs were full over this vacation because I was just putting up the bikini pictures and the amount of people that were in and I wasn't even in the bikini. I was a bikini once actually. I was in a full bathing suit, but that black bathing suit was fire, may I add. Go and watch my phone. However, like they were just people I haven't talked to in years. Like, oh my god, all these things being asked out for dinner, all of the things. So to know that the man that I am interested in, who I'm showing time, attention, affection, can't even tell me that I am pretty, that shit sucks for me. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it was, but I had to, because then it becomes where I start blaming that person for my actions.
now, devil advocate here. Now, one thing. Now, I'm fast forwarding now, right?
Mhm.
Same scenario. Fast forward now. Let's say you two guys are married now, right? For years now. And as you just stated, he's provider, he's protecting, he's doing XYZ. And what women normally would do, they will break up their relationship or home or marriage, what it may be, because the guy that they're with is not telling them, baby, you're beautiful today, XYZ, right? But then you have a million dudes in your DM telling you that you're beautiful, right? Once again, I'm playing devil okay here. Now, some women are willing to break their marriage, their relationship over that for a guy that's just want to smash, telling you that you're beautiful
Absolutely.
because he's telling you what you want to hear versus the man who's been protecting you, holding you down, taking care of bills, raising your kids, whatever it may be. He's doing those things. He just lacking on that one thing of telling you that you're beautiful.
I couldn't even get there, and that's
I,
where
the point
I can't get there.
hold on. The point I'm trying to make is that it goes both ways because I know relationships like that where because you don't tell me I'm beautiful, baby. I'm with you. I married you. I see you when you're ugly. I see you in the morning, nighttime, X, Y, Z. No, I'm not gonna say it every day, but I do love you. I think you are beautiful. That's why I'm with you. So you gotta have a balance, right?
And I get what you're saying, and I completely get that. But again, if you know that this is how your person wants to be loved, because I want to love you in a way that you can receive. So with my man, getting back to sex, if my man's love language is physical touch, which equals intimacy, oh, I'm gonna love him down. I am going to love him down. I am going to make sure that I am cupping his ass in public if he's into PDA and doing all the things and letting that this is my man. Right? I am oiling him down at night. I am giving him the sex because that's how he receives love. If acts of service is how he received love, I'm making sure like my one of my exes acts of service. And so I was his act of service. I did things to make his life easier that he didn't need to focus on. If my man is quality time, I'm going to make sure that I always carve out time for him. Right. So for me, because I understand how that important that is, someone who can't give that back to me, I can't go very far with them because again, it is so easy for men to give me gifts. I don't give a shit about your gift. And I also don't give a shit about those 20 other men that were in my DM. I want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear from the 20 other men because I don't give two shits about them. I could be in a room with 100 men. If the one man that I am with cannot tell me what those 99, I don't give a shit about the 99. And that's my thing. When I am investing time into you and I'm giving you everything, for you not to be able to break down whatever walls you have and just have that moment where you're like, babe, I think you're just beautiful and I miss you and I like those little things you can't do that. I know men who will fly me out and I don't give a shit. One guy was trying to fly me out and I was like, why? Why? Like I'm not about to cross the border and go through all this shit so we can meet in person. Like I don't care about you. Like I don't like you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. I'm clearly on vacation. I can afford it. So I don't need the free flight to wherever the fucking state you live in. I'm in Mexico. Like I don't give a shit about that. I do care about the guy that I am dating to tell me that I'm pretty and that he misses me and that he, like admires me or all those things. And if you can't do it, I'm stupid for staying. You're not stupid for not being able to do it. You've already shown me what it is. And if I keep dating you, and this is why, getting back to sex, ladies, if you keep having sex with a man who's showing you that having sex with him is all it's ever going to be, then that's on you. That's not on him. That man didn't do nothing but show you exactly what it is. And to Twin's point, like sex is sex can definitely be a great thing in a relationship. And oh yes, especially good sex. Like let's talk about when you're having that good deep intimate and I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about that you can look each other in the eyes and the softness and the intimacy and the whole thing. It is beautiful and it is amazing and it can make a bad day so much better at the end of it, but it's never going to be the thing that necessarily gets you the ring. And I said necessarily because yes, there are plenty of men, a handful, a small percentage, who have given the ring because of the WAP. There are a number of them, but they're not a very large percentage. Correct me if I'm wrong, twins. Are you having friends who are like, yeah, man, her punani was so good, I just had to give her that ring and nothing else. She can't cook, she can't clean. He doesn't even know she can raise his kids, but man, that pum pum was fire.
I wouldn't give her a ring, but she will be on the team.
You and this damn team. Okay, I don't.
She
I
would definitely make the team, but she would not get a ring. She can't do everything else. You wouldn't. No, no. And yes, I had some WAP that was fire, but didn't get a ring because you didn't do Yeah, I was going somewhere with that before you asked that question, but still, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a compromise on both sides, and the actions and the words must match up. Just that simple. If he really likes you, like you say, he really likes you, then doing those things that you needed shouldn't have been so hard for him to do. And based on your age and where we're at now, where we both are in our
yeah, I'm
40s,
getting old.
we
I'm
were both in our
46 years
40s,
old.
so you have to understand men my age and the age you may talk to, we're stubborn.
Absolutely.
So if that's something he can't do now, don't expect him.
To do
Oh,
it 3 months, 6 months,
all
9 months,
of
12
us
months,
all
18
of us
months,
will
2
not
years.
learn new tricks. We won't. We stubborn.
Hear that, ladies, loud and clear. And that is why, for me, it sucks. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, on to the next one. Like, I am not that girl. I am such a lover girl. And when I like you, and I invest time in you, and I invest energy in you. My time to me is the most valuable resource I have. So when I'm spending hours on the phone getting to know you, and I'm video calling, and I'm texting you, and I'm checking on you, and again, I have to travel across borders. So I am taking time and I'm putting that in you. That means a lot to me because it means that you mean a lot to me. And when I have to do this shit and start over again, I am not going to be hardcore and be like, oh, it's his loss, on to the next one. I do feel that it's a bit of a loss for me. Yet at the same time, to your point, old dogs aren't going to learn new tricks. And so if he is not meeting the emotional need that I require, and that's the thing about taking time to know yourself, and I'm talking to the ladies right now. This is not a dating tip, but I'm talking to ladies, take time to know yourself and what's important to you. And no man is going to choose you just because the sex is fire. Twins basically just said that. He said he will put you on the team, but it is not going to get your ring. Stop thinking that you can lead with sex and end up with marriage. No, you know what? You lead with sex and end up with babies. That's what sex gets you. It ain't gonna get you the ring, but it going. You should have had a ring in so that you didn't have that baby, because that's what what ends up. So people know what I'm talking about. The ring is the thing that
I
was
know.
actually a
I know.
birth control. Okay, good. Because I'm like people like, what the fuck is she talking about?
The
So
ring.
that's the ring you need to be having is the one in your vagina, so you don't have that baby from that man that you're trying to troll around for, who doesn't really want you. So you need to figure out what it is that you want because I am listen, I know what the ladies say, but but listen, if there was a sex review, you know how they have a Carfax, if there was a pum pum fact, I would rate very high. Okay, because the men have and the women too. Okay, men and women have told me, okay, how well I do in that area. And yes, I am single with no ring. Well, I'm divorced, but still ain't no got no ring for my finger. So clearly, having a good pum pum fact does not truly matter at the end of the day. And don't let nobody fool you. So at this point, you need to figure out everything you need to know about that man. But twins for me, it's just so hard because some men present so well. They present so well. They are saying the right thing. They are kind of showing you. They are, and it's just like maybe I'm impatient, and I think that's where even like when I left that message, I even had a moment with myself, and I'm like, are you just being impatient and you just want things to go your way? I was like, no, this happened 3 times. The man can tell you
See,
I
see,
miss you or tell you that you're pretty without. But like he told me the other day, I got on a video call with him when I was in Mexico, and he was like, "You look beautiful," and I thought he was drunk or high. He doesn't smoke or drink. I was like, "Did you drink or smoke weed? Because you're actually looking at me and telling me that I'm pretty. Like, are you drunk? Like that's ridiculous."
What you have to
Although
understand.
he said he did like having sex with me because we did have sex because we were dating exclusively, or at least I was dating him exclusively. Let me just be clear. There's a difference. I was dating him exclusively, but I digress.
We
So
are
let me insert that
we
relationship.
are dating
Go ahead.
intentional, right? We are dating intentional, and we are not late 40s. So you have to understand,
Late.
it's not that it's not that you didn't have to wait. I mean, not that you didn't wait long enough, but it's like, what are we doing at this point now? If we had the conversation from day one that, hey, I'm looking for long term. I'm not in here to have these short gains. If this is what you want, then we might as well go our separate ways right now, right? So if we set the tone for the beginning, what this relationship is going to be, then that's when both parties will have to work if they want this to work, right? You have to put the work in. So if he wasn't trying to compromise just a tad bit,
Just a little.
and
I miss you.
and then
I miss
at this
you.
point now it's just like, okay, so he don't. So I mean, once you send that message about, hey, things ain't gonna work out, did he blow up your phone?
Nope, 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 nope. He said to
So
me, he responded back and said, it's going to take me an hour to respond because he was in a work meeting.
right.
And then the response back once he did listen was, and I've deleted all of his messages since. Like, ladies, let me actually give you this piece of advice. Do not keep all of the messages. Once you've decided and you guys part your ways, delete all that shit. Like, delete it because you're going to go back, re listen to things, get back memories. I am a delete and move on type of person. But essentially, he said that this perception that I have of him is incorrect. But who gave me the perception, sir?
So and that was it.
Yes, and I told him he was a great man and a great father, and like I wish him the best because he's going to do great things.
Right.
And he basically said, and thank you for the compliment. The perception you have of me is incorrect, and it's unfortunate that you have that perception. And thank you for the compliment. I was like, as someone said to me, I learned this term the other day, say less. So I was like, oh, say less. And then I read it, deleted all of his messages. Like I just pressed delete because there was nothing else to be said. Because to your point, a man who had cared about me would have said, "Hold on, I'm actually at work. I want to address this later. I know it's your last day. What time are you? You know what I'm saying? Because we need to have this conversation." Or left me, and you know, like, this man did give two shits about me.
I
So
mean,
I don't know this perception
yeah.
that we're
So
talking about.
based on response, there wasn't no fight. He didn't fight. He was like,
Zero.
so I get it, and trust me, there was a girl out there that I'll talk to for a minute, and she tried to break it with me first. I'm like, hold on, let's no, let's work this out. Let's do this. I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this because I wanted to work, right? I just didn't let you just no, you just don't come in here in my life and it's gonna walk out. It's like that. No, not that easy.
Thank you.
Me and
Even my daughter asked. My daughter's 24. She's had two boyfriends in her entire life. Even my daughter asked. And so, what was like, did he call you? And there was nothing. There was nothing. Even though, like, the day before we were having like a funny conversation, he was like, I wouldn't want to mess up what we have. But I say to you something like, it is clear. Like, you don't have the ability to say you miss me, but you can tell me you like having sex with me. Well, you don't have the ability to say you miss me, sir.
once again,
I deserve
you guys
whatever I get dating you. I was like, I deserve anything you give me at this point. I am an idiot and I deserve it. And I looked at myself, I said, you're dumb. I was like, girl, you're dumb as shit. If you continue to date this man, you are an idiot. And if he had put up a little bit of fight, if you had said, yo, like, Shiba, stop, like, stop the nonsense. Like, you're being ridiculous. You like, let me be very clear. I do care about you. I do, or something. The man said, oh, no, my perception of him was wrong. And basically, thanks for coming. Peace out. I was like, bitch, you got exactly what you deserve.
I mean, we said it from the beginning. I'm not saying that you led with the sex, but the point is that, yeah, I've made it
I
to
absolutely did not lead with the sex.
no, I
Definitely,
understand.
I will say that.
right. But the point is, you got to the point where he got the sex, and you know, there's no fight left in it. He got what he wanted, so he cool. So he had to do nothing else. I'm not saying you supposed to hold out even longer because I'm pretty sure there's other conversation things that happened that led to the connection happening. But the point I'm trying to make is like once we get what we want, now we just sit back and chill and coast out.
Because
And
the only thing we can do is stop giving it to you. Because at this point, it was like I wasn't going to do the silent treatment. I wasn't going to do the I'm not going to text you for 2 or 3 days and you're going to, I'm not doing that. I am 46 years old. I do not have time for those games. I do not know how much years I have left on this earth. I am not going to play those games. It is going to suck. It is going to suck, like going through dating and having to do this and meet people and all that stuff. But the one thing I wasn't going to do is make a fool of myself. Because at this point, I was going to make a fool of myself. And knowing that a man who can't even say I miss you, but I'm gonna give him access to all three of my phones. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I am not mad at this man at all. As you can tell, I am not mad at him. I was mad at me. I was like, girl, you think so? I said to this man, I deserve whatever you give me if I continue to date you because I'm stupid.
this is
I'm an
how the
idiot.
game is. Unfortunately, this is how the game is played, ladies and gentlemen. This is how it works. But the good thing is that you realize that okay, he's not going to change X, Y, Z, and we just move forward.
And I love how you said that. And I want you to talk about that more. I want you to talk about this idea that, because even when I was having a conversation, I'm like her mentor. And she's 33, I'm 46. So we got, I got some years on her. And we are talking about relationships. We met for happy hour. And she was like, she's had to learn that she can't love him enough. If I love him more, if I do all of this. So let's talk about for our grown folks because there are still women our age that I think give him good sex, right? What is it? Fuck him, feed him, and be quiet or something like. But the
Yeah.
fuck him, feed him is definitely something that old school. If you fuck him right, if you feed him, that man. But if that man don't want you at our big 40s into 50s, does any of that matter? Twins, talk to people because I need some advice.
No, it doesn't matter if he doesn't want you. He gotta see. That's the thing, ladies. You need to find out if the man wants you. If he's
How do we find out?
well,
How?
the relationship has to be based on communication, not sex. That's number one right there. You have to understand, most men by 40. Why? Well, I can't even say because there's a lot of dudes out there who ain't getting none. But if you talk to a man who's been married, I'll say this, and married and divorced, whatever, he had his share of women, right?
That
So,
is correct.
so your 40-year-old kitty cat is not, I mean, it's good. Oh, we like it. Oh, yes. But baby girl, I didn't had my share of fun throughout my life. So you can't do anything additional that I haven't done already in the past, right? Now, it's once again, it's supposed to be a cherry on top. But what are the other things that's going to make me be like, okay, I'm ready for this? So, like, for example, divorce guy, right? If you talk to a man divorced, you want to pay attention, listen, what went well, what went wrong, what he did he take accountability? Just listen to all those things, right? And that's how you find out what piece that he needs, or if you could be his piece based on what his situation was when he got divorced and separated. Because once again, most men don't marry to get divorced, right? We
Mm?
don't. No one,
No
no one.
one just says I do.
Yes,
Oh, I definitely did not get married
well,
to get a damn divorce.
right. So
Yeah,
if I
you
tell
damn.
you this is the only thing that damaged my relationship, and I'll use me for example. What damaged my not damaged, but what hurt my relationship was lack of communication that we had,
Hmm.
accountability. It was something else. Wasn't sex. Definitely got that.
And I
Um,
love how you said that. I was waiting for you to get there because I knew it wasn't sex. So
uh,
sex can't keep you in the relationship and it can't necessarily start the relationship. if the other needs are not being met. But continue.
I want to say, I want to say d- disrespect, or it was, I needed more
Mm,
respect. So it was disrespect. So it was accountability, respect, or, and the first one I just said is like
communication, you said.
communication. Those
Communication.
were the three things that if I can do over in my marriage, I'd have did better in those things and I still been married. So if I'm talking to a female now that I want to get to know me, and I'm telling you these were the things that, because I was married for 14 years, so I have no problem being
Hmm.
in a relationship for a long period of time. But these were the things that I struggled with or I didn't do better. So if me you're talking and you don't have good communication, uh, you're not accountable for your actions, you're disrespectful. Do you think, I don't care how much you give me the kitty cat and everything's so good, you think I'm just going to keep you on the team until I find a woman who can fulfill those other three things? And this is,
And I laugh at the keep you on the team, but I love how you said keep you on the team until
yeah, yeah,
dot dot dot.
yeah. Because at our age, once again, emphasis, we're talking to
Okay.
adults. We ain't talking about the young ourselves, we're
Yep.
talking about adults. Once you get to this 40-year-old plus age, you know what I'm saying? You don't have time to keep playing these games. So if you
At
can have
all.
one that's on the team that you can hit every once in a while, you can go out, have a good time, companionship. She just can't get the ring, but she does it good enough to keep her around, then she's gonna be on the team. She'll be around until the one comes, and then I cut everybody off. But that one's coming yet, so I'm not cutting one off because she's doing enough, right? Maybe she may change, maybe she may not. Don't know. That's part of the team. And as older men, we got kids, we got jobs, we got responsibilities. So I don't have got time to keep meeting new women every week and taking them out and learning names and birthdays and all that shit. Just too much. It's just too much. So yes, that's how you get put on the team because I like security in a sense. You know what I'm saying? If I could trust you, then you can come, you might have a key in my house, XYZ. We cool with that. You just can't get a
But
ring.
you see how confusing that can be. I know we're running out of time here, but how confusing that can be that a woman is on the team, but she has those types of benefits to have a key to your house, to be able to leave the toothbrush at your house or the toiletry bag, or she gets a drawer and all of that stuff. That is signaling to a woman that there is a future here. And so ladies, like, I want ladies to be listening to what you're saying because you're saying some good shit right here. Because even for myself, that's what I'm talking about. And again, our vaginas are connected to our hearts. Now, I feel like I'm a little bit more gangster, and as much as it's connected, I can rip that shit real far apart and be like, dude, I'm out. And be like, okay, well, I guess I gotta cleanse, do a noni cleanse, and go and then go pray over it, to get the spirits of the old man away. But connection. So you start now adding in keys, toiletry bags, okay, a drawer, the side of the bed, the spending every time, every weekend, having free time, especially because you got your kids. So when you're calling me when you got that becomes confusing. And so now you got the pum pum connected to the heart. I'm getting keys. I'm getting all of that. What the fuck?
Now, also, just to add in there too, let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like now you're stringing them on. At the end, also to add into that is that I make it very clear as far as
Mm.
what the issue is, as far as why we can't move to the next step. Why we
Okay,
can't?
so you've told these females that this is a for now.
Yeah. One thing I would.
I will respect that. I will respect someone who tells me it's for now because then I am the idiot if this is what I said. Why is it the homeboy? I would be an idiot if I continue to date you knowing that you cannot fulfill again, I don't need your money. I literally need your time and words. Tell me I am pretty, that you care about me, that you miss me. I wasn't asking for money. I'm not asking for trips. I can afford those things by myself, quite frankly. And been there, done that. I've dated enough professional athletes and entertainers. I'm good. I've seen the other side of that life. I know what the fuck it's like. And it ain't so pretty, ladies. Let me tell you that. Y'all think it's so great and it ain't that pretty on that side. So I know what that side is like, and I like a good, stable, solid man. And I would respect a man who said to Sheba, you know what? I think we're great right now, but this isn't forever. Because you are now giving me a choice to either continue to be in something that I know there is an end date when you find someone who meets your thing requirements, or I can say, you know what, I'm looking for more. So the fact that you're not, I'm out. The problem is, twins, there are not a ton of men who are necessarily saying that because they feel if they say that, they're not going to get the pum pum. But I am telling you, you would probably get it better and more, but because you're being honest with me.
When I was younger, when I was dating an older lady, when I was in my young 20s, she put me on game. Honestly, honesty is the policy. If you tell women where it's at, they have the opportunity of they want to stay or leave. Just that simple. So I've been using kind of that methodology as far as the dating goes. If you want to stay, cool. If you don't, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over. Because if I made in my head that I'm not marrying you, I don't care what you do. I'm just not marrying you. So you can spin on top of the ceiling fan all you want and do X, Y, Z. If you can't do what I need, and as adults, I'm not in the business of molding a woman on how she needs to be, especially at my age. I'm not talking to an 18-year-old. That's
Yeah,
inside joke me here. Okay.
that's
But
inside joke.
yeah, I'm talking to a woman that's my age in the 40s, maybe 30s, whatever, but I'm not in the business, especially being a divorced guy. I'm not in the business of trying to make a woman or turn a woman to a woman. You have to already be that. It's like I don't turn off being a protector, provider, XYZ. These things are ingrained with me. That's who I am.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, yeah.
No, and I respect it, and that's and if I can go into dating advice, I these dating advices to the men. Men, be honest about your dating intentions. You would be surprised how many more women would respect you instead of a whatever game. Because listen, I'm only tell you, us women in our 40s, we are going through it. We're in perimenopause. We have brain fog, we got itching, our emotions are up and down, our weight doesn't know what to do with ourselves. We don't remember that we have the glasses on our face. We are talking on the phone and asking where the phone is. We don't know where our car keys are and they're in our hand. We don't remember what direction. We are tired. We are tired. We have too much shit going on at work. We got to be nice to stupid people at work. We have had enough. We are in perimenopause to menopause. We got enough shit that we're dealing with. So we don't want to have to deal with your lying shit. So at the end of the day, if your intentions is just to have sex and have a great time and
Say
show her a great time, say it and give that woman or women, however women you can afford to do that with, the opportunity and let them know the deal. Let them know that they're not the only one you're doing this with. And so clearly we're protection because they're not the only one. Or listen, you're the one for now. I don't know if there's a future for us, but I love what we have right now. And if you're good with what we have right now, whether that be 3 months to a year, let's do this shit right now. But do not lead women on who are telling you that they're intentional. I make people know my intention is to be a wife. Dot 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 again. I already had this position. I didn't want to lose it. My husband was a cheater, and if he was honest with me, we maybe could have actually still been married, to be honest, on that piece. So just be honest. Let the ladies know. You would be surprised. I am telling you, especially again with us women in our 40s who are just tired. We don't have the extra energy we need to decipher bullshit. Let us know what it is. Tell us straight up. You still got to treat us well. You still got to make us feel special, but do not lie and make us feel like we're the only one when we're not. Both of our lives will be so much easier when you do that. So that is my dating advice.
so. My dating tip I would like to throw in there, and it actually goes back to what you said earlier, is the love language. I think is so important now, especially at our big age, that when you start talking to somebody or dating somebody, forget the favorite color and all that other bullshit. Find out what their love language is. Find out what makes them go. Physical touch, word affirmation, whatever it is. I think it's four of them. Whatever they are, find out what they are, and then if that's something that you can't do, let them know. You know what? I struggle with acts of services or showing emotion. Have that conversation because then if she understand that, she can make a decision. If y'all both willing to work on it, y'all can work on it. But if you don't know what her love language is and you want to throw her a Birkin bag and all she wants a hug from you, you don't know her. You don't know her. You didn't take the time to learn your woman. Just that simple. So, fellas, learn the love language of your woman. And once you understand what it is, it's your choice to either execute it or abort mission or be a front. It's like, hey, I'm not doing that. And then if she want to stay, hey, then you can't come back and say you won't do this. I told you this. You said this. You was cool with it. Here we are. So I'm not putting guns to your head. So that's my day tip. Learn
That,
the love language and master the love language. If you want to be
mm,
intentional with this woman, if you like this woman a lot and you want nobody else touching her or anything else, learn the love language and execute it. And then you're a winner. And everything else will fall in place.
listen, amen, preach on. That is amazing. I know there are people who say that that's not important, but knowing how you want to be loved is important, and knowing how the person you wish to love receives love is important. And it's not loving the person how you think they want to be loved, it's understanding them. And again, one of the best questions I ever asked a man that I was in a relationship with was, how can I love you better?
That's it. That is it.
Ask your person tonight. If you're listening to us, if there's someone you care
Exactly.
about, if you are married, you're in a relationship, you
Mm,
care about someone, and you guys have already exchanged those "I love you," just call them, video call them, lean over to them and say, "Baby, how can I love you better?" That will change the entire dynamic of
mm,
your relationship because it is such a positive way to ask someone a question in a way that they care about loving you better. That is beautiful, and I pray one day the Lord sends me a man who wants to ask me that very same question. And I pray, twins, you meet a woman who will watch the show, who will hear me say that, who will want to know, how can I love you better?
And for the people who's watching today, tonight, tomorrow, next week, whenever you watch this, just make sure when you do ask this question, make sure you're off the next day, just in case. If it's good, if you got work the next day, because y'all gonna be up all night now, and don't turn to an argument. Okay, this, hey babe, I just want to be a better husband to you, or hey babe, I want to be a better wife to you. Can we just have a friendly conversation here? Don't make this an argument. Don't be like,
At all. It's not meant to be an argument. It is a beautiful moment between people.
yes, and both parties don't take it as just be open minded. Like, hey, I just want to have a conversation about how we can be better lovers to each other. Because I think everyone can be better lovers to each other. People who've been
Amen.
married, if you think you are great, ask the question. I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you didn't know. Like, damn, I thought I was doing that. Because honestly, real quick before I let you go, I had a conversation with my ex-wife a long time ago because we co-parenting and we have good conversation. But I ask questions because I'm trying to be a better husband for the next woman I meet. So I was like, I found out I, her love language was active physical touch.
Okay.
Physical touch. I'm like, oh, okay, I touched you a lot. But it wasn't what she needed, right? I thought just a sexual thing. I smack your ass all the time, girl. That wasn't what she wanted. I said, damn, 14 years. Didn't know that I wasn't doing it right. So the point I'm being said is that have that conversation because you think you know some that technically you really don't know until you know. So that's it. I'm done. You have a good night.
No, I love it.
See
I
you next
know.
week.
Love that. Thank you guys again. Like, share, subscribe. We are growing. We are building. Jeff isn't here tonight, but we're hoping again. The link is always in the comment section. I think I fixed the issues, and you guys should be able to join us. So cross our fingers that that issue is fixed. But we appreciate you. Please make sure you comment on this video. You share again, like, subscribe, tell people that we are changing the conversation around Black relationships. And thank you for listening to my business, everybody, because you're going to keep hearing it every week. But that's it. Good night. Have a good